Shalom, Salama, Siemi, Shalom. Greetings to all my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world, whether you're the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, or you're a Gentile grafted in under the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach, the blood that we all go through to be redeemed. It's redemption. And we're in a redemption time. It's a redemption period. There's a struggle to be redeemed. There's a struggle for redemption. We think that a lot of things that we are asking the Father to bless us with, to help with, we tend to have a misconception of who our Heavenly Father is. We tend to look over the good things, right? The blessings in the scriptures, but we fail to overlook the process of what it take to get there. There's always a process to get to the blessing. Because going through the process, going through the suffering, going through the toil, that's how we get built up through Him. Because it's not a matter of us building ourselves, but it's really simply a matter of the Most High building us. And we have to be built to His specifications. As a people, we have been systematically destroyed to a point where that conditioning has taught us how to not build up. Have you ever seen that happen to another nation, another group? Everybody can do their thing except for us. No. But that's what we're told. You can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. The little thumbnail that I have for this, it shows white people doing the trust fall. Because you want to know why? I couldn't find it on any of the Google images of our own people doing a trust fall. Sure, they had Indians, but no black folks. See, you have to understand that imagery is profound. Why is that the case? Why do they not want to see us building up together? Well, let me tell you, the enemy knows scripture too. This principality knows scripture too. Hasatan knows the word too. And he also knows prophecy. There's a lot of work that has to be done. And I think a lot of people think that in this time frame, this was just going to be sit back, wait, and, you're going to be carried off. No, there's a lot more preparation. And I thought that too. I was like, you know what? I just need to get my go bag. I'll be at work. I'll do this. I'll do that. When the deal goes down, but the Most High's like, um, but who's gonna build this up? Who's gonna do this? How are we gonna do that? How's that gonna happen? See, when we read the scriptures, there are things that go on that have to take place. And that's just the way it goes. There has to be a building. Once you build in the spiritual, then you build in the physical. And that's what we're doing right now. Because we have to truly understand what the dynamics are in building across the water. And it's really across the world. And the hardest build, I'm gonna tell you this, that I've noticed in these last couple of days. I can't even say last couple of weeks. I can't even say last couple of weeks. It's literally last couple of days. Is that we're learning how to build trust. We're learning how to build understanding. We're learning how to discern. And you want to know what? I want to put people in uncomfortable situations. Because here's the thing, our hands will not be slack. When we gather to our people, guess what? We start to do things tremendously. and it starts to show. It starts to progress. And when it progresses, you want to know what happens? Then you build up. But you want to know where they want us to be at? Asking for a handout, begging for a handout, because that's where they want us at. But they want you to purchase the iPhone 14. They want you to purchase the newest Jordan releases. Material rich, but spiritually poor. Do you understand what that material rich is has brought them? Do you understand the materialism and where that sunk them to this day and age? They're fighting over wars of materialism and they're losing the battle every day. If you don't believe me, look at what just happened in Louisville. That's their worst nightmare coming to pass. But y'all love the system. This is what you all love. The system that we have was built on vain imaginations because they wanted to use the word, but they didn't want to understand the word and its consequences. That's wickedness. Because if you understand the trap of the enemy, but you still want to walk into the trap, well, that's wickedness. And now they're seeing that wickedness of theirs. It's now surrounding them. And people are jumping ship as the word had declared. And now people are having internal strife and divisions with the spoilers as the word had declared. We're looking at Jeremiah 50 and 51 in action. Because why? Because this thing is going to be taken over and what? And Babylon will never rise. It's going to be betrayed by the whore. Its betrayal is now here. The only thing left is the burning of this place, and that's going to come because why? Whenever an animal is injured, they always strike back. If it feels threatened, it always strikes out. Do you understand what they're doing? They're waiting for the retaliation from the US. And like I told you, they'll have no choice. The US will start something, then they'll blame this, and then they'll blame that. Because why? Because they have no choice. See, there's the justification of why we got to go to war. See, see, see. Because they're losing the economic war, and the economic war is taking its turn. It's this economic war is messing them up. It's destroying them. And now they have to come up with different methods to try to keep whatever they can of this cycle alive. And that next cycle is that Fed coin or Fed now. Now you can't save. So now what good is saving and having savings in a kingdom that you're not even able to save in because your money will expire? Your token will be good by the end of the month. Come on, family. Where's that planning at? How you gonna build your wealth? You can't. And I'm not saying this. They're saying it. They're showing you what they're doing. Yeah, your voucher will be downloaded to your digital arm. Flee from out of the midst of her. We're telling you all to flee, but our people are still in love with this. You're staying in love with the system that is losing its financial power all around the world with now over 85 countries. Now over 85 countries that plan to ditch the dollar. That the revolt is here. I don't think people truly understand this. The revolt is here because why? It's happening everywhere else outside of people's living rooms, people's grocery stores. So everything's fine, right? You know what? People don't understand what that means. That's now less than 180 days. That's going to be quickly approaching for impact. That means Christmas has officially been canceled. I told y'all this was that last Christmas. This was their last Easter, their last Ishtar, their last Saturnalia. But I don't know, we're just called crazy. While the whole world is turning its attention to Africa, let me repeat this. While the whole world The U.S. can't get into Africa. I'm gonna let you on in a little secret here. There's so many grants for people in wanting to do business in Africa. It's not even funny, and our grant writers can tell you that. Shout out to our grant writers. Shout out to our brothers and sisters out there that's lending their time and their support and their efforts for Quest to Unite Africa. Because you want to know why? The S whole countries comment cost them. Excuse me, family. And it costs them big time. Because why? That was their vanity. Pride become before what? Before the fall. Give me a second, family. Sorry, family. Business. I'm not gonna say business is booming because it's not a. It's not. I don't look at it as a. It's not really a business. I look at it now as folks are trying to find out where they can fit at and fit in because they see this ship sinking. And this ship that's sinking, no one can blame us. Have you noticed what the scriptures say? There'll be no fault found in Judah. Now you see why. Now you understand why. They'll try to find the fault, but it's not there. I was having a conversation with one of the brothers that I know, and there's a underlining theme that we have to kind of understand here because our folks we tend to think that we're going to get on out to somewhere or we're just going to make a transaction for land and it's all good. We're there. The problem is that's too Eurocentric. We have a westernized mind. We have to de-westernize because you can't go anywhere without building a relationship. You want to know why? Again, they don't have us in the trust fall because we don't want trust. We just want transaction. That's not how this thing goes. They have to have trust and then transaction. You want to know why? Because I'm speaking to our folks on the continent every day, almost every hour. Excuse me. Folks that have connections to Zambia, folks that are out in Senegal, folks that are out in other places that are there. that we're trying to get to, Rwanda. But we tend to think of, well, it's going to be there, it's going to be a subdivision, it's going to be all there. And so then what happens when you have to get on a bus and go 2 hours to go shopping, to pick up groceries? There's a lot of people that will say, I can't do this anymore, I got to get on out of here. And that's not a convenience. That's a matter of logistical issues. And for us as a people, we tend to get excited and we romanticize, but then there's real challenges. And people come back. Our people come back. Oh man, the infrastructure there is terrible, it's horrible, it's this, it's that. I've been on roads like that. I understand. Nothing makes you pucker when you're on a road or you ain't got no guardrails. Your imminent death is only inches from you. It's not fun. So when we're building up, we have to build up on the premise of building a relationship. Well, I'm going to build a relationship while I'm there. They may not want you there until that relationship is all the way built. We've been so westernized, it's not even funny. Even when I travel, I used to be embarrassed to be there, and they could see that I was embarrassed. They could see the uneasiness when I would travel there with my Gentile counterparts and having the, well, we could do it, and it was like, man, I wouldn't like you too. Think about this. Think if somebody came up into your house and just went right into your refrigerator. Let's start to realize this. Let's start to put a clear lens on this. Be honest with yourself. If somebody knocked at your door, didn't even say hi, they just walked up into your house, just went straight to your cabinet, dug around, just grabbed themselves a cup, looked at your refrigerator, threw some things out your refrigerator, and then drank your little last bit of cranberry juice, or just had your last Sprite. Man, I was saving that for later. Man, that was good though. Nah, they won't get beat because you're gonna be like, these fools are crazy. We could say, look, it's gonna be a quote 45. Put yourself into other people's shoes. And it's hard for us to do that. It's truly hard for us to understand what it takes to literally have that introspective, to literally see within yourself what you have going on. What personal deficiencies do you come with? Everybody comes with a personal deficiency. Well, guess what? That's what our folks sound like to them, that you lost your mind. Man, you don't even want to shake my hand. You just want to get down to it. I don't even know you like that. This land's been in my generation for thousands of years. I'm not even trying to mess with you like that. Yeah, but please, 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 our house is on fire. That's what we're doing. We're trying to run and we're trying to say our dollar is on fire. Please let me in your house so I can eat all your stuff. Oh, you just now getting as poor as me. Oh, now you finally paying attention because why? Because now you see the inevitable. Come on, family. We got to do a little bit better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, now you wanna run somewhere. Yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly. Journey with us. They're on the continent. They know. Bingo. Very well said. They look at us as we because they look at us as the African Americans. Sorry. Unless you get there and you just start the sign language, you're gonna open your mouth and then you're gonna be given away real quick. Trying to get on over here. Not me. I'm trying to be man. And our folks will be ignorant enough to do stuff like that. But yeah, no, they see the house is on fire. The roof is on fire. The paper is on fire. Man, let me run up in your spot real quick. Is that your couch? Man, nah. What's your bedroom looking like? I hope that that's Egyptian cotton, 1,000 count sheets. Anything else just does something to my skin. It's not comfortable. You know, look at you like you done lost your mind. Well, I need a CVS. I need a Rite Aid. I need a Walgreens. They're gonna look at you like, well, then build one then. Because if you need one, guess what? We all need it too. You can bring it over. You can operate it. Man, I need me to munch. I need a restaurant or something to munch on. Okay, then build the restaurant. Because if you know how to build it, you know how to cook, then guess what? Then you can show us how to do it. I'm not looking for all that though. Nobody's saying that you can't have your comfort features, but you ain't gonna have them right now because it all has to be built. When I listen to T3 and Me, when I listen to Stepping Stones to Home, when I listen to Journey with Us, that's what they're saying. It all has to be built. Nobody's just gonna run up and be in a tent and just be like, I'm just gonna be in a tent piece. No, you have to educate the children. You have to have medical care. You have to have a whole bunch of things because we're bringing over a whole bunch of nonsense from Babylon that will take a couple of generations to get out of us. We're bringing over chronic diseases, diabetes, cancers, you name it. And this system's laughing at us. They're like, you ain't gonna be able to make it over the phone or make it on the airplane. But I'm going to tell you, most high willing, while we have the time, let's make the connection. But we have to build up with ourselves. Oh, yeah, he's going to heal us when we get to that land. Trust me. We're going to be eating nothing but fruit, eating everything that on that ground, eating them vegetables. Oh, my goodness. Eating the fruit of the land. And we have to start getting out of the imaginations, the vain imaginations that we literally learned from our enemies. And that's real. Let's get in on this. Paul, a servant of Yahushua HaMashiach. This is Romans chapter 1, starting at verse 1. Called to be an apostle, separated into the gospel of Yahuwah, which he promised afore by his prophets in the Holy Scriptures concerning his son Yahushua HaMashiach, our Elohim, our Lua, which was made of the seed of David according to the flesh, and declared to be the Son of Yahuwah with power, according to the Spirit of holiness, by the resurrection from the dead, by whom we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations, for his name, among whom ye also called, are ye also the called of Yahushua HaMashiach, to all that be in Rome, beloved of Yahuwah, called to be saints. Grace to you, peace from Yahuwah our Father and our Lord Jesus Christ, Alua Yahushua HaMashiach. First, I thank my Yahuwah through Yahushua HaMashiach for you all, that your faith is spoken of throughout the whole world. For Yahuwah is my witness, whom I serve with my spirit in the gospel of his Son, that without ceasing I make mention of you always in my prayers, making requests if by any means now at length I might have a prosperous journey by the will of Yahuwah to come unto you. For I long to see you, that I may impart unto you some spiritual gift, to the end ye may be established. What was Paul doing? Establishing things. What do we continue to do? We're continuing to establish. The work hasn't stopped. We just are now picking it back up. And we're now running with it. That is, that I might be comforted together with you by the mutual faith, both of you and me. Now, I would not have you ignorant, brethren, that oftentimes I purposed to come unto you, but was let hitherto, that I might have some fruit among you, even as among other Gentiles. We still have to work in the Gentile system. I'm a debtor both to the Greeks and to the barbarians, both to the wise and to the unwise. We all learn some things from some people. There's wisdom to be found in all righteous, whether they're Gentiles or whether they're Israelites. So, as much as in me is, I am ready to preach the gospel to you that are at Rome also, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of Hamashiach, for it is the power of Yahuwah unto salvation to everyone that believeth. First to the Yahudim. What are we doing now? We're getting out to the Yahudim, and also to the Greek. For therein is the righteousness of Yah revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. For the wrath of Yahuwah is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Do you understand why these nations are trying to separate from America right now? They know what's coming. They see what's coming. They're gonna get what they got for slavery. They're the main ones. let's separate. They're thinking that they're going to be able to run. They're thinking that they're going to be able to hide themselves. But that's not what the word says. They're going to get touched too. Because that which may be known of Yahuwah is manifest in them, for Yahuwah has showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made. They can only see what's in front of them. They can't understand us because we put our word and then we work to accomplish what we have spoken. But when we're accomplishing things that we speak, we accomplish it for the Most High because that is who we have given this, had been given this word by. Because everything that is of him is what? It's accomplished. Because why? Because when we're operating in the Most High Spirit, when we're operating with the Ruach HaKodesh, it's all in agreement. To do what? To accomplish his word. Romans 1 and 21, even his, this is continued, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. There's no excuse for this. We're doing the work of the Most High, and we're moving in that work, and we're growing in that work, and nothing is going to stop it. And it's awesome to see it being accomplished every day, every hour, every moment. Because that when they knew Yahuwah, they glorified him not as Yahuwah. So the other nations knew the Most High, but they didn't glorify him as the Most High. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. Is this not what we're seeing right now? The folly of their foolishness. And their dollar collapsing is just one example of their folly. Because why? Because they knew the Most High. Now, the nations have a chance to do what? They had a chance to come back through Yahushua HaMashiach, and then they did what? And then they messed that up. It's just like I think Win Walker had stated, what their vicar of Christ, their replacement of Christ. If you didn't know, their antichrist just got out the hospital. Come on. Everything that they tried to do was a replacement in their replacement theology. Because here's the real question that I want you all to look at and to understand why they are in the predicament that they are in. Romans 1 and 22, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And see what happened with their foolishness? Now they can't get it right. When you become a fool, guess what? You're gonna go into you're gonna go into folly. You're gonna go into calamity. Because now that that time of judgment is here, it's not gonna look anything nice. But that's how it's gonna be. They, you know that I had stated that. I said, look, I stated that when back in 2021. I said, look, it'll be much easier for us that have been awakened at this time than towards the end when folks get violently shaken out of their beds. That's what it will be. And these folks, they're getting violently shaken out of their beds each and every day. Each and every country saying, nope, no more. Each and every hit to the dollar. Because you want to know why? Because nothing is being sold. Shout outs to the sister Fatea. Her and I were talking on the yesterday with uh with some folks, and she has said, you know what? When I saw the debt clock and how nobody was buying the bonds, and that turned in January of this year, she was like, I could see the disaster being spelled on the wall. She said when that thing started turning backwards. Because why? Money supply. But you know, as the old adage is in hip hop, of never getting high on your own supply, they got high on their own money supply. And they said, keep printing it. Print, print. But nobody's buying. Oh, man. Nobody's buying. Like, we ain't buying the mess that you're selling. Look, man, I got some dollars here, man. Look, let me hook you on up, man. I got this Monopoly money, man. The best money on out there. Check these greenbacks out. Let me show you what these things could do. I got them dollars. Oh, I could get real ignorant about these jokes. I can't do it. I can't do it. Father, help, 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 help me, Father. I need help. And I'm just gonna say, some of our camp folks, especially that like to frequent the gentlemen's club, they're gonna be really shocked when them $20 bills get passed up, and they're gonna be like, you better toss some of that Brazilian lira. I don't take that worthless stuff. I need something gold back. Only thing that's gonna rain there is just gonna be raining garbage. I'm making it rain garbage. Just put that garbage in the metal trash cans and give it to Oscar the Grouch. Because that's the only one that's going to take that green. Now you know why Oscar the Grouch was green. That was the fate of the dollar. You didn't know Oscar the Grouch was literally a bunch of money bags that got rotten. He's a time traveler from the year 2035. Sesame Street. You see, like Oscar the Grouch coming back like the Terminator. John Connor, known as Oscar the Grouch. Oh yeah, Oscar the Grouch was probably a real person before they transhumanized them into a talking trash can. As part of my punishment, speaking the truth, they turned me into this puppet. Oh man, I'm sorry, family. The transhuman agenda. We didn't even understand we were getting told that when we were growing up as kids. No, Big Bird used to be a real dude before they turned him into a bird with genetic alterations with transhumanism. Howard the Duck. Oh man. Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, that the sanctions is gone. Russia and China are doing them like that Warriors movie. You know, they're clanging the bottles. They're like, United States, come out and play, yay! And they're clanging the bottles. United States. Oh, Yeah, no, they got crippled. Look, that literally took the legs from out of them. They literally dumped the U.S. out of the wheelchair, and they're laughing now. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Can you give me my chair back? No. Yeah, you ain't so big and bad now, huh? Oh, you had the little people countries coming on up there, kicking the U.S. in the face like, pow! That's what you get. If I could turn this into a movie, this would be the most ignorant behind movie ever. It'll be funny though. I'll make it funny. Y'all can see the graphics I'm going with on this one. From the future. You know, you have to do the 80s music. From the ones that brought you killer clowns from outer space. Da 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 dum dum da da dum da da dum. It's called Yo Behind Fell and You Never Getting Back Up. From the makers of I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Message. Boy, oh boy. They curve stomped the U.S. into a flat billboard. That's all right. That's right. Up next, that medical alert button. You know, I thought Britain was going to help me on that. I thought the UK was going to help. I thought Australia and New Zealand was going to help. They said, nah, we done turned on you. Mexico's like, yeah, we already on our way to joining BRICS. So what do you think about that? All Mexico's looking at right now is they're looking at new real estate. They're looking at new real estate opportunities in Texas. Yeah, so when I get back to the Alamo, oh, I can't wait to get back to the Alamo. Oh man. Boy, oh boy. They're like, we're now gonna have the whole Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, and Arizona. Don't forget that Windwalker. They want it from the literally the Colorado River all the way east. Yeah, they're just waiting for the signal. Everybody in the U.S. is gonna be like, "Where's Chuck Norris at? We need the Wolverines. We need the Expendables." These folks were looking like they were super soldiers. All right, here you go. Just come back to your court when your court dates. They're looking at them like, "Yo, y'all are real stupid." Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And changed the glory of the uncorruptible Yahuwah into an image made, like to corruptible man, and the birds, and the four-footed beast, and creeping things. Wherefore Yahuwah also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahuwah into a lie, and he worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who was blessed forever. Amen. For this cause Yahuwah gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change their natural use into that which is against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the women, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of the error of their error, which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain Yahuwah in their knowledge, Yahuwah gave them over to a reprobate mind, and to do those things which are not convenient. Now you're seeing the reprobate mind in full effect. Everything they are doing is not convenient. They are literally taking one step forward and 20 steps backwards. Now they're trying to tell you that they're using the pods and everything else, because why? Because they can't reproduce themselves. Because why? That's the error of their ways. Well, we're going to have black people service. That time is quickly coming to an end, and they know it. They realize it. They know the word. They're not fighting against us, they're fighting against him. But again, their arms are too short to box with our Heavenly Father. Always. And they always lose, because vain imaginations always lead to the grave. So, as a consequence, as we build ourselves up, they're tearing themselves down. Because that's what the word says. And that's what you're seeing right now. Well, you know what, Windwalker, that is that's Romans 1 and 23, and change the glory of the uncorruptible Yahuwah into an image made like to corruptible man. Cesar Borgia, now Donald Trump, man. The hole just keeps getting dug deeper and deeper and deeper. Romans 1:29, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, worshippers, backbiters, haters of Yahuwah, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who, knowing the judgment of Yah, that they commit such things, are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. They don't even care. Like I said, they don't even care. But we got to save them. From what? They love this. Let them tear themselves down while we're building ourselves up. And that's what they're doing. They revel in that. So, family, I actually was going to open this, but to be honest, I don't know if I really have the energy. Oh man. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to appropriately phrase this of how we build ourselves up and what that really means for us. Just in a truthful conversation. Garth, listen, I am a glutton of punishment. You should understand how much punishment. Oh my goodness. Thank you, y'all. May I have another? Yeah, I've been on overdrive. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna open on up. I don't work for the man. Let's do this. We're gonna do this. Please be nice. Please be nice. This is my holiday. I love it. I love it. Y'all don't understand. I love our people. This is my holiday. I love, just seeing, even with things going on, the bickering and things in the background. Brother Or says, Brother Karras, how can you be so patient? I said, because when you understand how the Most High moves and you see how he moves, you're looking at the tents of Yasharel. When Balak tried to go to Balaam and have Israel cursed. And guess what? Instead of those curses, it was a blessing 7 times. Because when you see what our people bring to the table, you'll be utterly amazed. Brother Asaph, shalom from the UK.
Shalom, my brother. How are you doing?
I am I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm not gonna say I'm hanging in there. I'm doing well. The Most High is giving me strength. He's renewing my strength.
Yeah, I've been having severe internet problems at home. Everything hasn't been working correctly, and I think I got some problems since I posted some stuff in the Babylonian script, and
Mhm.
but I promise to behave.
No, you're good. You're fine. But that's all. That's what happens. Honestly, like my computer has been running slow. With different things. I couldn't even get like my thumbnails and stuff on up there. Yeah, but you understand. This is a big deal. This is a bigger deal. And that big deal, look, we're no longer, we know where we're at in Bible prophecy. I'm going to say that in biblical prophecy, we know where we're at. And now's the time. Okay, now we know who we are. Now the Most High said, okay, now it's time to do. And now we're doing it in mass. Right? That's what's going on. So you have to understand now all of a sudden, oh, we're going to have internet connectivity. No, you're going to have internet connectivity because they're going to blame, oh, well, you want to know what? There's a tax on the infrastructure and this and that. Do we get what's going on, family?
Oh, definitely, definitely. You know, I don't want to talk too much, but even my own personal phone, I've been told not that I can't use that no more. I got to use a institutionalized issued phone. If you read between the
Hmm.
lines,
Oh, yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
I believe that the powers that should not be are watching us quite keenly, and they know what's up, and without doing anything at all other than calling out to the Most High, he's shutting them down. I've
Hmm.
I've seen people pass away that are distant from me and close to me, and the dying process happens over a while, and despite
Hmm.
the person looking strong, you can see the deterioration if you have eyes to see. And we
Yes.
see the deterioration of Babylon at the moment. The whole system is crashing down around them, and they do not know how to cope with it. They've applied sociopathic philosophies to their economies, to scripture, to the education system, to healthcare, and to housing. And now that the tables is being turned, they can't even stand 0.1% of what we're going through.
Mm.
When I sit down and listen to these people talking about them having mental health issues from not being able to meet appointments, I knew this thing was coming a long time ago with the doctor strikes, with the medical strikes and all that. Yeah, opened my eyes. because I'm insulin dependent and I stocked
Hmm.
up on 12 weeks of insulin and all my medications a long time ago. So it doesn't
Yes.
matter what happens this week in the UK, next week, and for the next 4 months. I'm ready because I prepared for it.
Yeah.
And this is the issue which our church brethren and the people in the world don't see because they do not listen to us, nor do they understand the scriptures. None at all.
Hmm.
And we're telling them that time is up and they just don't want to listen to us.
Yeah. No,
Prepare
and
your
that's it. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother
prepare
A10.
yourself. Prepare yourself because we are getting out of here. You know, it might be months, it might be another couple of years, but I don't see how long the system can go on. Because looking at the news broadcasts over here, I'm not so well up in military strategy as yourself,
Hmm.
but you can see from the news in Taiwan and what's happening in the United States that it's difficult. And historically and militarily, no country has ever been able to fight wars on two fronts without having allies. It's what brought down the Greek Empire. It's what brought down the Babylonian Empire. It's what brought down the Roman Empire. And
Yeah.
all the symptoms that we see, the economic symptoms, the military systems, the social decline, you know, the Greco Roman culture that they want to impose on us after imposing their Greco Roman religion. Africa has crossed the red line that you cannot impose no more of your Greco Roman philosophies on us and mannerisms on us no more. Here's the red line. Here's the red line. And they're telling America and Europe what they've done to us. And now the history that they have is a burden to them and it's causing agony. Over in the United States is critical race theory that is causing the problem. And in the UK, the problem is the history of slavery because we're not doing front running none of these things. It's the Gentiles that are front running these things. And they're not
Yeah.
sleeping at night. I can guarantee you that from the amount of newspaper articles and the amount of discussions that are happening both on radio and social media. I'm going to shut up now, Caris.
Oh, I appreciate it. Brother Michael, shalom.
Shalom, brother. How you doing?
You know
Shalom,
how I'm
brother
doing.
Mike.
Hey, I just spoke with Karis, and he laughed me off the phone. I said, bruh, after we met with the Zoom meeting, I sat on the sofa where I was doing something, and then, man, I woke up, man. I woke up, and so I went to the bedroom. I looked in there, and I see my son. He was knocked out. It was 4 o'clock. I'm like, man, this boy must be asleep, but he is thoroughly tired. And so I said, all right. Then I went back to the sofa, looked at the news and things. I said, well, let me get in the bed, man, because I'm tired. Man, when I looked up, I said, man, I just got through talking to Karis and Oral. I said, I talked to them about 7 o'clock, I think. I said, how in the world it's 4 o'clock? I said, man, when I looked at my clock, I said, man, the battery got to be gone. So I'm like, oh, this don't make no sense. And man, it just dawned on me. I was in the next day.
Yep.
I thought, I'm serious. I thought that I was in yesterday. I'm just walking
Yep.
around, I said, well, let me hurry. Let me go ahead and get in the bed. And at this time, it was like, I was thinking it was 5 p.m. It was 5 a.m. I was like,
Yep. You,
this,
you already you already
man,
setting that time for Africa time, huh? You already getting that
man.
Tanzania time going.
Ooh, and then you know what's the killing about it, man? I gotta leave out to go to this site. I said, look here, I gotta finish this site up. I said, y'all keep adding more stuff to this job. I said, look here, let's stop this thing now. I said, I'll have to come back once I get back. I said, because I gotta pack. I gotta plan. I gotta get my son together. I gotta make sure he's straight. And I'm like, I can't keep going. Y'all want to add things, and I'm like, we got to stop it. And I'm talking about these are some high end people.
Yeah,
High end.
Scope Creek's
Yeah.
popping up.
Yeah. And I was like, man, today I woke up. Mm. Like I said, I was still stuck in yesterday. And I'm saying to myself, I need to take my son to the doctor. I ain't never seen no child go to bed this early unless he is thoroughly tired. Like, you know, then I did not realize it was 4:00 a.m. I said, wow. Or he was just cracking up. I said, brother, don't laugh at me, laugh with me. I appreciate if you laugh with me. And I was like, wow. I was like, man. I mean, it's something, you know, when you're not thinking about yourself and you're thinking about your people.
Mm-hmm.
That is the next thing that's going to ride up on you. It's like, and then at the same time, like what me and you had talked about, you know, breaking things down to other people, and right now, whoo, now we need a lot more people, a lot more people. I'm serious. If we don't, we're gonna be walking around looking like zombies.
Sleeping Dead, not the Walking Dead, the Sleeping Dead, because we just
Yeah, the sleeping dead.
that's
The sleeping dead. And I'm like, wow, man. I mean, it's a lot, but you know, thus far, I appreciate the brothers and sisters that came on. Big Red, what's this? Fataya?
yeah,
Is it
yeah.
Fataya? That
Mm-hmm.
man, listen to me about that. I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to talk about this sister for a moment. I wish I had known that sister when I was getting custody of my son. Ain't
Mm-hmm.
no way. I seriously believe this. There would be no way I would have paid $200,000 for custody of my son if I had that sister on my side. That
Mm-hmm.
sister, good night. I think she a lawyer and she don't even know it. I mean, the way she
No.
keep no.
Yeah, yeah. No, and that's what I'm telling you. Look, our talent pool as a people is amazing, and like I keep having to assure our people we're doing. Do you? I don't think people understand this. We're literally we're leaps and bounds in this process. We're we're about to make an exciting announcement by the end of this week
Mm-mm.
because not only are we getting ready to get Michael out to the continent, but things are really going through in terms of how we're getting things processed. And then when we're as soon as Michael touches the ground, we're literally going to get ready to start moving pieces over there. That's how
Yeah.
this thing is going. This is how this thing is going. And see the crazy thing is, you know, we're it's funny. See, Cash App isn't designed for like major, financial donations. It's not designed for that. It's designed to give you, 15, $20. That's Cash App. That's Cash App. Bigger transactions people do, like Stripe or PayPal or Zelle. Those are for bigger amounts. And people I know, and we've had the interest from our people. Hey, I don't have Cash App because I want to give more. We literally have to tell people we're not even ready to receive all the donations that you want to give yet. This is it's crazy. I like That's a good problem to have. But what we also have to do is then we also have to show, hey, listen, this is what we need to immediately do. Because, for our people, look, even the folks that listen to all of our platforms, right? I want to give, but I want to see. I want to see. That's us. That's us. That's our people. We want to see things in the making. And we want to see the end product without what? Without spending money. I mean, that's really how it is. I see you on next. But the greatest thing is that we have the people on the ground on the continent. Look, you had Journey with us that's up in here. You have Stepping Stones to Home. You have T3 and Me. They're all there. You have brothers and sisters that's there on the ground, and they've already made inroads. They need farm equipment. They need construction equipment. We're gonna do all the GoFundMe's and everything else. Yeah, we're gonna do all that. Don't worry. That's all gonna be coming. There's a bigger campaign that we're getting ready to amass within the next 2 weeks. Okay, so that's gonna be where we're gonna be at in this. But we need folks that can do audio visual, that can do you know commercials, just small, simple commercials.
They out there. Those brothers and sisters are out there. And they
Hmm.
know, cares what you're talking about, but and the world knows if you get the so-called African American together, who I mean, once you get them together, it is a done deal for the world because everything that they think they know, we already know it, and our knowledge surpasses what they think they know. That's I mean, it's a danger for them, rather.
Yeah,
It's a danger for
listen,
them.
listen. Up next, you're absolutely right. If you build it, they will come. It's actually that's really it's really true. It's really the case.
Mm.
And we've had a lot of folks, a lot of talent. That look, contributions are nice, but honestly, we got more work. We got to get folks, um, you know, with medical equipment. What will we need to put in the hospital? It's like that. What do we need for restaurants in terms of getting restaurant equipment? It's like that. Servers, computers, electronics, things that nature. What companies are on out there that are getting rid of these things? And it's still good equipment.
Yeah. My brother, he said, wait a minute, what are you saying? He's saying, what help do you need? I'm not sure about the question that he's saying. I mean, if you can email some energy, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, what we need is we need folks to ask, hey, do you know anybody that wants to get rid of uh, their backhoe, their bobcat? You know what I'm saying? Those are the things, because now we can start to build this environment, which we're doing. We're already doing that in the background. We're looking at getting building space to have things so it can actually get down to either Florida or Chicago, and then moving from there. I would say honestly, Florida, because Oil and I can actually get our, have our hands, or get our, we can actually have our hands on it, get our eyes on it, and then get things actually moving from there. You
Well,
know.
I mean, Chicago that's going to be. I mean, I can do it for the time being, but, bruh, I'm trying to get up out of here. I didn't had enough of the
Yeah.
city. I got my property and everything is. is
Yeah.
south in Arkansas. And
Hmm.
so I mean, if it gets to it where you need some stuff, I got an acre of land out there. Then I have a lot closer to the city. So I
Hmm.
mean, that right, I don't necessarily say that will be an issue because of the property that I own. Um, but yeah, I understand. When you said Chicago and things, because I was about. Well, I have to wait till I get back to talk to some city officials about some of these buildings that are empty and see would they
Yeah.
be willing to donate it to the organization
Hmm.
for this cause.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There are a lot of things that's happening around this family, and everyone can do their part. This is it's nice. It's not nice. It's actually heartwarming to see this. It's
Man,
heartwarming to see all of the support that we get. I'm here. I'm literally doing emails for folks that's on the live stream right now asking, well, when's the next Zoom, and when's this and when's that, because honestly this work really, it doesn't stop, but it's actually, but that's what we need to be. That's what we need to be.
it is a beautiful thing, I tell you, man. Just see a lot of brothers and sisters on the Zoom and they offering their knowledge and everything. I mean, truthfully, I never thought in a million years you would have that many, and I just quote um, black people sharing their experiences and what they willing to offer.
Hmm.
I mean, I tell you, it is a good is good is not is an understatement. Good is an understatement. I mean, truthfully, you just can't explain it because we're not used to it. But when I seen brothers and sisters come in, hey, brother, yeah, we can so and so, so and so, so and so, and so and so, and oh man. And then if there's some type of disagreement, it is rectified real quick.
Yeah.
It's rectified real quick even before we get off. All right, and we leave it alone. I have not seen no one get out of, just thoroughly out of pocket. No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's listen, when we when with the most high in control, right? With the most high at the front, with the most high leading us, you get what I'm saying? Everything falls into order. It really does. Because this is not about building our kingdom, it's about building his kingdom. And when that happens, look, I'm telling you, we've just been moving and moving, and it for me personally speaking, it feels like I've just been moving nonstop. That's kind of how that's how this thing is being led.
Is
So
this
yeah.
is this sister Bernadette Jones? She quoted
It's wonderful because
yeah,
when people see that we're from different countries and well, not different ethnicities because we're all Israelites, but we're from different countries and we're all pulling together to achieve this. It shows that we're now ready to form a nation.
yeah, she quoted this song. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Yeah, I love that song. But I understand what the sister is saying. There's no going back for us.
Hmm.
It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And they say before Yakoba get on and they say ain't no 400 years. Brother
This is all
Yakoba.
this is all Yakova's fault. This is
What's
all
up,
Yakova's
Mike?
fault.
Hey, how you
Hey,
doing,
Sarah,
brother?
Yeah, he's the
Karen.
chief agitator in all of this.
Yeah. You had me make a phone call one day because I felt stumped, and I said, "Or what are you and Mike up to?" Oh boy, that threw me through the rabbit hole. Do 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 do. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
what's going on, brother Kobe? You're up early this time of morning.
Yeah, my sleep be off, right?
Hmm.
Yours too?
Yeah.
Man, please, that's a whole another channel. How I sleep. Uh, Caris, oral. Oh man, I can't hardly sleep. I mean, ooh, we.
It's
Mm,
living in Babylon, brother Mike.
yeah,
You know how it is here. They got chemtrails, they got poison our water, food. I tell you one thing, I think people starting to realize how important the Dry Bones Project was, right? So you could have context on a continent.
Mhm.
I got so much beat up for that. Oh, well, y'all telling us to leave. Oh, you telling us to go. And I'm like, I ain't telling you to do nothing. I'm sharing information. But I guarantee you now they starting to understand because they don't know where to put their money now.
yeah. I
Yeah.
see what you're saying on that, brother. I can attest to that. Wow. Yeah, I seriously believe that they it's it's um it's concerning to them, the ones who complain about you and your message that came from the Bible. It's sad. If you Kobe, you read it from the Bible, it's funny to me that people get upset at you. Well, all you got to do is read it for yourself and get upset at yourself.
For real.
I mean, it's logical to me. If you want to get upset at somebody, do not get upset at the person who's the messenger or who's reading it. Read it for yourself, and then get upset at yourself.
You know what's wrong, brother Mike? They like most high. You don't mean you're not gonna send UFOs to pick us up. You're not gonna teleport us over to the continent. Most high want you to pack your bags, get up, and go yourself. You gotta
Faith
do
without
something.
action.
Our people don't realize you gotta do something.
There
And,
you
and,
go.
and they think the most high is just gonna magically teleport them somewhere. No, it don't work that way, you know?
Yeah.
They're waiting on
Hello.
that quantum. That's that quantum computing they're waiting on. Look, when we built that quantum computer that they step into that portal, that's what they're looking for.
Yep.
That's not going to happen. Sorry.
And it's interesting because for those of us who read the scriptures and study the scriptures, we can see now how everybody gonna start going back to their own nation. Can you see it now? I think you mentioned
I,
that
I,
earlier,
I,
brother Kerry.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I
Hello.
was read.
let me correct this real quick. Where the Cash App is Q2UA 400 because someone had incorrectly stated it. It's $ Q2UA 400. And this is crazy. This is we're only getting donations on Cash App so far because we still have but so our paperwork literally last Monday we incorporated this thing.
So our paperwork literally
Oops.
last
Let me
Monday we incorporated this thing. So our paperwork.
let me mute you. There you go. Yeah. So um, Cash App isn't one of those systems where you're going to have a large donation pool. You get what I'm telling you? That just doesn't happen. It's a, 15, $20 here and there's, you know, but with folks that are trying to make real sizable donations, to further this thing, they're on out there and we have to turn them away to say we're not ready for it yet, but we're getting ready for it. We're our so right now we just have to wait. I think about just a few more days, and then we're ready to go. We're ready to move on this. We have folks doing back end support to get the website up and going, because once you have those donations made, then guess what? When you become a member and you log in, then guess what you can get? You can get your statement of donations. That's what a nonprofit does. You have your statement for what? For tax purposes. So it's actually a twofold process, right? Even though you're given to us and getting you're getting a statement, but you're also helping out with the kingdom building. And that's the real infrastructure that's taken place for that. Just to real quick, and I'll get to you, brother Yacoba, and then brother Ministeric and Betzael. Um, Stepping Stones to Home was showing the the plan that they have for the continent. He's showing the plan for in terms of the roadways and things of that nature. So those roadways that you have, those are the major arteries. So what do you think's going to happen with those arteries? Then you have the veins, right? That's going to be the road system, right? Those are the connection points. So it's all getting there. All we're doing is just improving upon it, getting everything better, getting everything built on out. So, eh, Jacoba, there you go. You can speak to that.
Well, I just wanted to add right quick. You have all of the different plans and projects, and you go where the Most High leads you. I find it interesting. I was on a Israelites channel, and there was a Gentile in there, and he was part Russian, part Caucasian, whatever. And he asked, "Well, what should I do? Because what should I do with my money? Should I pay my taxes? Should I take my money and run? Should I go back to my homeland?" And they were like, "That'd be a good idea." So you can see the ripples of the prophecies coming together, and every person's going to return back to their own nation according to Jeremiah 50. But
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
hashtag ain't no 400-year prophecy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you're
like
right on that.
I'll get to you, brother Mini Steric. Yeah, but real quick, they are in here. They listen. They're
Mm-hmm.
listening to us. Don't think that they're not listening to us. They're just trying to see what we're gonna do, and then guess what? They're gonna be piling on in. Um, let me go ahead. Yeah, they're gonna be piling on in. That's just how it goes. Brother Mini Steric.
Oh, how are you this morning?
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Yeah, I'm getting my money together to start my first the Cash App contribution. I've been following this, and uh, I think sometimes in the community we overestimate our penetration, our people. I think a lot of our people understand who we are, but as far as the moving back to Africa, uh, it's a mental process. I reference like Harriet Tubman, as she was moving the slaves towards liberation, there was a mental liberation that had to come from their mind. I mean, in fact, she carried a gun, not so much to fight the people who would be trying to enslave them, but to put on the people that she was bringing that, hey, there was no turning back. So, what uh, the Most High has put on me is uh, I was a youth pastor for years, still have ties with these young people. And the things that go on in the cities that we see now, we need a Babylon detox. And I believe that the prophecy says there'll be a turning of the hearts of the fathers to the children. Uh, let's let's smite the earth with a curse. I believe we're under that curse. We have to rebuild fatherhood. So I mean, there's work to be done here, but it is part and parcel to us leaving here. So I'm the one to put in the chat asking about what are you doing in Chicago. I support some positive people that are doing work in Chicago, in different areas, but none of the Hebrew Israelite community specifically. And I want to connect with people who need support services. And I do sound and events. We're putting together media cameras, those sort of things, those resources to bear. But I had nobody locally in the community that I have touched base with in which to work on the mindset of our people. A lot of it in the midst of a lot of things that happen in our cities. I know a lot of that will be remedied when we're out of here, but we'll still have to go in the wilderness to purge some of that out of us according to the scripture.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that's true.
I hear you. I look at it like this: pressure busts pipes, and when you get okay, I'm gonna say it like this: the Most High knows how to deal with His people. He knows how to deal with us. This decline of Babylon is what is being upfront and personal with His people. Because why? Because now everything is getting expensive, and now people can see the other nations are saying, we're going to drop your dollar. So what does that naturally mean? They're going to ask the questions, what does that mean for us? How does that affect us? Then people have to start figuring out, oh, that means that this dollar is going to get more expensive. That means that we're not going to be as comfortable sitting up here in Babylon as we used to be. Because why? Because the Most High is going to make this thing so uncomfortable that you're going to start seeing the other nations fleeing first. That was the whole thing. Then when they flee, then what happens? Then that's when black
We
folks are
ask,
like, "Oh,
which way to
uh-oh,
Zion? We ask, which way to
yeah,
Zion?
yeah, he knows how to deal with us. We just don't. We try to we try to remedy things, and we don't really need to worry about the remedy because that remedy's here. When they see these white folks leaving, when they see other folks, non-Caucasians leaving, they're gonna sit back and pay attention. Oh man, well, are we supposed to go? Are we supposed to leave? Are we supposed to? They're gonna ask those questions, and that's when, okay, guess what? These platforms have been there. I always tell you, I believe that those questions have been asked, and I believe that these platforms have been utilized. But again, the powers that be with YouTube, Facebook, and other social media companies, they're gonna always deliberately throttle our numbers back, throttle our reach back, and there's a reason for it. Because why? The moment that we start talking as a people, right? The moment that
Things
we
come to pass.
exactly, but not just things come to pass,
Yep.
everybody starts listening, and then
Hmm.
everybody
Well,
starts
he said
jumping
that
ship.
he said the glory of the Lord will be risen upon us. So that glory is upon us, and we've been 400 years under a lockdown, basically, when God stood down. So we have to get used to not being under the 400 and seeing things break in our favor now, more so than when the rest of the world, Psalm 83, jumped on us. I just want to be a part of the process. I'm in support of the Exodus and whatever's popping off in Chicago. I'm closer to help people, and I'm just reaching out to people who hear anything they're doing here. I'm in support of.
What side? You on the south side of Chicago?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And Chatham, I stay in Chatham.
Oh, Chatham.
And
All
you
right.
know,
Yeah, yeah. I know exactly. Matter of fact, I got a head out going in that direction today. Hmm. Um.
Say,
okay.
brother Karras, can you respond to Joseph Conley? He be having a lot of questions.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it wasn't easy getting out of Egypt the first time. But guess what? What did the Most High do? He made the conditions in Egypt bad. They went astronomically bad. To where the Egyptians couldn't even hardly feed themselves. To what? They were seeing everything going on. Oh, and by the way, when that death angel passed over, then the Egyptians were like, you need to get up on out of here. Because why? This process was never going to be an easy process. We've been in the midst of our captors for these 400 years. But now what's happening? Like I had told you, I said this to y'all last week. Money is their God, and their God is not being supplied to them by the other nations. So guess what? Their God is disappearing. Do you all get that? Their God is disappearing. So guess what? Their jobs are disappearing. So guess what? These folks are retaliating, and they're going in and they're trying to delete as many folks as they can because of their God disappearing. Does that make sense? I'm praying it makes sense to someone.
We need to work with our money while it's still worth something. Then
That's exactly what it is. Yes.
Say that again, Ministeric. Say that one more time.
we need to work with our money while it's still worth something. That's what I've been doing. This I've been buying all this equipment, this media equipment to ever get the message out. Whatever I think the movement. I got generators and stuff. I want to have stuff because in the interim while we in Goshen, but I definitely want to get out of here. But I want to make the connection to Africa through you guys. So I'm gonna get that. You say how much is what's the limit can we send through Cash App? I know you referenced $500 before. Are we able to send that through? You're able to send that, right?
I think Cash App the limit. I don't even. I think it's a daily limit of like 10,000. I think there's a daily limit of like 10,000. Don't quote me
Oh,
on
well,
it.
we good.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're gonna be good to send that. But yeah, I know for certain things like with Zelle and Venmo, and and PayPal, their limits I think are like 1,000 daily. So,
Well, I like to move the resources I have over in Africa. You know, the media again, those things uh, ultimately. But I was a youth pastor for years, and I just feel a responsibility before I really left active membership in the church. I was preaching on the. I really showed. I mean, I had a PowerPoint presentation and a lot of you guys material put down there and references, and the people was believing it. The pastor wasn't with it. You know, he couldn't. But it was undeniable, and I have the contacts with those people. But it's just to get them. I really believe, and we have. I'm. It's on my heart. The Most High put on my heart to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, because
hmm
fatherhood is it has been the thing that has caused a lot of these things here. God's natural order. Our families were destroyed. Now, ultimately, like you call, hey, he may just have to reconstitute them in Africa. But I, this Hebrew on Hebrew violence, it just hurts my heart.
it does. Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
You know what, Karis, can you just post my email address to the brother, the one the one you set up?
Oh yeah. Do you want it out in the chat?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll set that up.
I appreciate it.
and then we can hook up, in Chicago and everything.
Yeah, we got some brothers in like the over the hill gang. You know, we few brothers that have some resources that we putting together. We want to use for our people.
Yeah, I feel you on that. What's up,
Yeah.
brother? That's all.
Shalom, brother Mike. Shalom,
What's
brother.
up, bro? What's up, bro?
It's all good, brother. Good to hear my Hebrew brothers. It is a beautiful time to know that you are the chosen, a Hebrew Israelite. Man, it's a beautiful time just to know that. Every day I get pumped up on that. You know what I mean? That gets me going during the day. Like, wow, man, I happen to fall into y'all's falling. I mean, y'all's favorite family, the chosen family, just being born in that. I mean, I know we deal with the curses, but we got to look at the blessing in it as well, because none of us choose
Hallelujah.
what family we're going to come in, but we came into the family of the Israelites. Ain't that beautiful?
Hallelujah.
Yes, it is. I know exactly what you're talking about, brother.
Yeah.
I
So,
know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah. So I was thinking, as Brother Karras, as you were talking about, specifically talking about the uncomfortable times that we're in, that Father allowed us to be uncomfortable, and I've been saying that too. You know, when the pandemic hit, that was it for me. That was a straight up wake up call. Like, oh, I mean, I can't believe how people can't see the writing on the wall. It's like, I'll just tell you something that happened to me that made me say, oh, I got to do something. When I went to the bank and it was boarded up, my bank, and they said you have to call and make an appointment or go on the computer and make an appointment. And I wanted to get my
Yeah.
some money, and it was boarded up, and I had to make appointments to get my money because of C-19. And so when I went to make a point, they had said that I had, when in my bank, I saw, wow, all these debits from my bank once a month. Where's this? Why are they taking money? And come
Yep.
to find out, my bank put me in some insurance that I did not ask for. So
hmm
I was paying for insurance I did not ask for. Somebody just put me in it. So they was just debiting money from me, and I didn't catch it for a while. So you can imagine how you feel when somebody just taking your money against your will. So when I tried to go to that bank and get in there, and it was boarded up, and then they said, "Oh, you have to, I read it. Okay, you have to call making appointments or get online and make appointments. When I tried to make appointments, they all were booked up. So it was like weeks out, like, you know what I mean? Like something like I want an appointment
Yeah.
today. It was weeks out. And so I'm like, now, but you get to keep taking money and I can't get an appointment to stop it. That kind of
Yeah.
stuff right there, it really irked me. So I was like, this is scary. So that's uncomfortable. And so they, you know, y'all can't see that that's a change. You know what I mean? That's a change. These are things that make you feel uncomfortable. That should open your eyes up and say, this is a warning telling us to do something. Now, real quick, you know, oh, he's gonna gather us from the four corners of the earth. And you know, you can't do this and do that because he's gonna gather us from the four corners. So if you take a circle, let's say the earth is a circle, you take a circle, we divide it into four like a pie, like we do in geometry. You divide it into four. When you go to the center, is that not corners? When you divide it into four quarters, if you move to the center, isn't that a corner? Somebody help me out. Are there corners in each? And on each quarter, isn't that a corner? When you do a 45-degree, is that not a corner?
I believe that's a corner to me.
Exactly. So therefore, we can't just when you read them scriptures, you have to look at it from all points. The bottom line is he's going to gather us from the four corners of the earth or the four quarters of the earth. The point being is, as we're migrating, he still can gather us. If we're in the corner closer to the center, that's still a corner. So all this stuff about it got to be gathered from the four corners. What part of the four corners? Do we have to be far out into the North Pole? Do we have to be in the South Pole? You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. What's what that scripture say? It talks about what is it? Proverbs 27:12. The prudent sees danger and hides himself, but the simple go on, suffer for it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like when you see it happening, all these things are happening, and it's like the people around us are so set on going down with the ship, and those who can't move, but Yahweh has the power to do all things. Don't you worry about that. You do it. Like Karis, what y'all set up, that's going to help people who probably can't move. But Yahweh is doing this. I'm going to stop right there for now.
Hallelujah.
Hey, Karis,
Yeah.
I was just thinking, if we could form a relationship with our people on the continent that they'll only accept U.S. dollars from the diaspora when we're using money to facilitate us getting over there, they might reject everything else, but only diaspora money.
Well, that's the whole purpose of me going over there, brother. It's to talk that stuff, talk those situations out to make sure that we all be on one accord. I mean, they know they felt the hand of this country and other countries. I mean, civil wars, and all that stuff, killings. They know who the people are that instituted that type of nonsense on our people here and in Africa. I yield to you, brother.
All right, my brother, you are doing fantastic. I'm gonna look. I'm praying to God as I drive with doing this live chat. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sign off. But I'm gonna look for your email in the chat, and I'll be in contact with you.
All right, look forward to it.
Be blessed.
Be safe, brother.
All right.
All right. Shalom. Shalom. Brother Dave. Shalom. Brother Dave,
This
can you hear me?
This ain't like Dave.
Good morning, fellas.
How you doing, brother?
I didn't know if Dave had drunk that water. I didn't know the water didn't get to you.
No, actually, I was in the kitchen making a cup of coffee. I heard my name. I said I gotta run back to my bedroom to get back on this thing because I'm trying to wake up. How y'all doing? Hey, listen. Now, before y'all say anything, I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. We don't have to say it here. We can say it when we do the Zoom meeting, however y'all want to do it. But I got people contacting me and telling me when you getting ready to move, I want you to call us and we all gonna move together. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I don't even know where we're moving to. So,
Yeah.
question one, and you don't have to answer this on here, but where or is going to be a major home base?
Yeah,
That's
we'll
one.
answer that. We'll answer that in a Zoom.
Right.
We'll answer in
Okay.
Zoom.
That's one question. The second question is, there's probably going to be a lot of people that want to all link up together to move as one. When that time comes, where we get the okay, when that notice goes out that all right, we getting ready to do this, and everybody's moving at one time. So people are contacting me right now and setting up contact information as to when we get ready. They plotting routes out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, okay, this really going down. So this is just and they wanted me to ask y'all. I said I'll ask them and see we can work out the logistics. So when that time comes, everybody get to their assigned post.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Absolutely. And this is the interest that is going on here, because let me tell you, I get those emails frequently asked. Folks are asking, how do I make this move? What move do I need to make? Would I do this? Would I do that? Look, I always say this: ask the Most High what you're supposed to do. But this is the direction I've been told to do by the Most High. If this is where He's telling you, then let's work. But this is where I've been led. This is where I've been called. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to have people understand. Look, I'm not going to tell you anything. You better ask the Most High yourself. But we're putting in the place. We're putting in the logistics, the infrastructure to get us to where we need to go. Nobody wants to move and just be dropped off in the middle of nowhere and be like, all right, start gathering sticks for the fire. you know what I'm
So
saying?
here's the thing, brother Karras. I mean, a lot of people like to ask, "What should I do?" And I'll be like, "Well, why are you asking me? Ask the Most High." Right? We give them direction, we give them information on people to contact and means to do their own research and investigate for themselves. Because here's the thing: if you go there and things don't work out for you, you're not gonna be blaming me and Karras and Minister tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to seek the Most High first. Don't be looking at us. We just telling you that the pyramid collapsed, right? The nation collapsed and Babylon's falling. That's all we telling you. And if you want to stay here while it collapsed, that's on you. Or you can wait till the Most High tells you what to do. But we're not gonna tell y'all what to do. We're just gonna give you information on what you can do and where you can invest and where you can put your money. Because guess what? That paper money ain't gonna be good for nothing but wiping something. That's about it.
Right.
Brother Yacob, to a degree, that question you just stated that some brothers and sisters have been asking you. If we go back and look at when Yah was speaking to the whole camp of Israel, and how he was speaking, it scared everybody except Moses, and more likely Joshua. It probably didn't scare them, but when he spoke, the people complained to Moses. And they said, Moses, you speak to us. Whatever Yah is asking us to do, we will do. But you speak to us. That's that fear that that the brothers and sisters are having, and they are looking to you to say, hey, you speak for us. That's all they asking, brother. They're asking you to speak for them, because that's fear. When they come and ask you that question, brother Yacob, that's fear than anything else. They know what you're saying is true, but at the same time, I understand your way in it. You could be a troll and things of that nature. So you got to proceed very cautiously. I understand that. But when these brothers and sisters come to you, that's fear, brother. That is fear. And they know what you're saying is true. So they rather walk upon your coattail because I see that this man is walking with Yah. That's all they saying, brother.
That's true. But I want to give a caveat out there as well, because there are some people who look like us who
Yeah.
are COINTELPRO.
Yes.
They will put you in a compromising situation or make you say something so that legally the government can come after you. Right.
You're right
This
about
is
that.
why you got to be discerning of what they're asking, who they are, and dot your I's, cross your T's. Whatever you say you're gonna do, and you got it all itemized and listed, because they'll set you up in a heartbeat.
Mhm.
Yeah. And walk away as if they'd done the Lord's will.
That's it.
Here's a prayer that's easy. I mean, it's because we all have to have our own connection to Yahweh, Yahshua. So let's say, if you don't have the direction, I'm talking to the listeners, you don't know, why can't you just go into your prayer and ask, if you don't have the means, Abba Yah, I see the trouble coming. I believe your word. I hear our brothers and sisters screaming out, letting us know it's time to go. But I don't have the means, as you know everything I have, or I don't have the know-how. But I'm asking you to guide me. I'm asking you to put me in the place I need to go for safety. I need you to cover me. And I'm asking you to put those people in place to help me. And then you, as a person, then do all that you can do with your own hands, meaning faith without works is dead. You do all you can do, but then drop it in the lap of Abba Yah. There you go. As simple as that.
You know what, brother?
Do things that you need to.
I seen, and the way I was raised, and what I have seen, the churches come in and put preachers as the next person to Yah or God, and say, when they say, God has appointed me to lead this church, and truthfully, a lot of people believe that. When they sit up and say, and it's like they got it etched in their heads. And when you tell someone that, that's a difficult thing for them to get out of their head. Is that, well, God sent this man to watch over me and things of that nature. And so now when you tell a person, hey, you got to give it into prayer and so on, so it's difficult for them to do it. It's very difficult for them to maintain faith because of what they've been spoiled to thinking that, hey, I speak for God. And you've been told that all your life. It would take a strong individual to really start questioning, because people do not want to question their religion and then at the same time thinking they'll be destroyed. When Yah, he said, ask me, I will teach you. It's in the scriptures. If you feel that you say this person is, I'm speaking for God Almighty, put it to the test. All you got to do is pray about it. Just like what you said, brother. All they have to do is just pray, and Yah will open up their minds and their hearts. Whatever scriptures they know, he will give them an understanding. I'm telling you for what I did, and I know he will, like what you said, brother, pray and ask him. He will do it. But to tell someone that, man, I done talked to brothers 84 years old, and it's kind of shocking to me how far down in the understandings of the Bible, and these are supposed to be religious leaders, how far and away from the scriptures they are, and they really believe that they're doing the Lord's will. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, I was told by someone, say, I told him, I said, we building, we on that wall, we working. He said, you got your swords with you too? I'm like, it's trying to be facetious, right? I'm like, yeah, I got my sword, right? But I think sometimes, people are uncomfortable because, and this is my opinion, that a lot of our people who have money, they're concerned. They don't want to leave Babylon. They want to continue with their lives. They want to continue with their second houses and their pool and their nice cars, and they don't want to let it go. And they don't understand it's all gone. America's under judgment. You're not going to be able to hold on to that second house. You might not even be able to hold on to the house you're living in right now. There's so many people that are homeless, right? And so, like, when we tell you you need to, prepare to leave, right? Oh, that's flea doctrine. That's flea doctrine. I'm waiting on the Most High. I ain't never say wait on the Most High. Not to wait, because we always say wait on the Most High. Seek His face. We not your boss. We not your, like I tell you, I ain't your pastor. I ain't your boss. I ain't your leader. Yeshua's the leader, right? And so a lot of our people have a hard time with that one. And there's another problem I see with our people. They can't separate the difference between the second Exodus and fleeing. There's obviously two situations happening here, right? Babylon under judgment, under plagues. And what God says, get out from under them plagues. And then we're going to be gathered from the four corners, right? From north, south, east, and west. Right. So everybody, a lot of people got their doctrine mixed up. They don't understand what's happening. And then us who the Most High leading, because we seeking His face on it, they want to shoot it down, right? Because they don't want to leave because they got them 2 houses and them 3 cars and all that stuff.
Let them stay here because the rest of us will be doing 90 in the underbrush.
Brother Jacoba, what you're saying is, let's say a person like me, I could be in that position, and that's what I try to tell the people around me, that anybody will want to stay would be me. Okay, I'm already receiving a pension, a good one, right? And in a few months, I'll be able to get a second one. But yet, I'm one of the main ones that's saying, "Oh, it's time to go." I'm telling people, even my wife who gets a pension, I'm saying, that stuff gone, honey. You think that we're going to keep getting this money? I'm telling you, it's gone. You got to start looking for the future. If I could sit back right now and say, I'm done, I don't have to work no more. Everything is easy for me. I'm on a downslide in the position that I am in. Praise Abba Yah. But Abba Yah gave me wisdom, and I thank Him for that. I see the writing on the wall. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about the pension. I don't care about none of that stuff. All I care about is keeping the commandments and pleasing Abba Yah and staying alive and doing what I need to do to bring my family and other believing Israelites and us in the community so we can worship Abba Yahweh without any hindrance. Even if we have to get villages or whatever, where we can keep His feast days, where we can walk in all His commandments, and guess what? Be off the system. That's the main thing. Get our own water, get our solar panels and all the things we need. So when they completely do what they're going to do, which is the scriptures, it's going to happen. Once they do what they're going to do, like they try to get us to take the, I call it mad ascend, the medicine they tried to put us in that we didn't take. Well, the bottom line is that right there showed me what it was like, a precursor to what's coming as a whole. So I want myself and our loved ones and all Yahweh's children to be in places where, as though, do what you want. That does not affect us. And that's why Abba Yahweh gives us a mind, and He puts the scriptures there for us, not just so we can just read them, but to see it and do something about it. That's what it's all about. I mean, you can read Revelations all you want, but you have to see Revelations and see it's happening now so you can do something about it. So we're just going to sit there and say, this is what most of our people coming from Christianity, most of our people, I deal with them all the time. They just think that, you just sit and you just, the Father don't, he's going to take care of it. You don't do anything, everybody is saved. Everything is good. This is what our people do. And it is not biblical.
Yeah, somebody said, well, will there be a Moses type figure leading us out of here into the wilderness? For the second exodus. Like I say, I think some of y'all confused on the sequence of events. I also think that, some of our people are selfish, right? And, what we're doing here, and everybody, the Dry Bone Project, Brother Karras, and Brother Mike and Oral, we're trying to help the family, right? We don't want our family stepped on anymore. We're always last. We're always the last to the church event or whatever it is, right? They always get there first. They always prosper because they got all the information. They got all the money, and the Gentiles always stepping on you and ruling over you. And some of y'all don't see the move of things, right? What's happening here is these countries are uniting against the West. They're uniting against the U.S. They're uniting against the dollar. The dollar is done. I heard Boyce Watkins say, well, a lot of people concerned about the dollar and that, they got this, that everything going to crash and fail. Well, we've had this before. We've had recessions. We've had
not like this.
This is over. This is over. We're going into a new system, and it's a totalitarian system for those who are under the Gentile rule, right? We're going back to the continent, right? But in between that time, there's a transition. There's a transition. And guess what? You can transition. Like I said, when I talked about Katrina, floating in the water, making your way to the Superdome and being all in the Superdome with everybody and people dying and all kind of stuff happening, right? Sooner or later, you get out the Superdome. But if you plan, you ain't got to go through all of that with everybody else. See, some of y'all ain't led by the Spirit. Y'all need to seek the Most High on what you need to do. These are different times. I'm going to tell you this. I got family members that got some money. And they got them second houses and them nice cars and beautiful neighborhoods and all these things. They don't understand what's happening. This thing is over. Your money is over. The dollar's over. There's a new system going on. You either going to be in a beast totalitarian system, or you're going to be on a continent with freedom and gold and your own land and assets. See, we need assets now. The dollar's done. It's over. We need physical assets. And the new system is going to be a cryptocurrency backed by resources. That's what's happening. It's not going to be like the dollar was backed by, the dollar was just backed by oil, but pretty much it's a fiat currency, right? Backed by nothing, right? This new system, everything is going to be about what you got, what you own. You got some land, you got some cattle, you got some gold, assets. We might as well do it now while that paper money has some value.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely. And that's where, we tend to understand how quickly everything is moving. And you have to also understand, you do have don't think that people weren't propped up for this position, this situation right now. And now they're the mainstream media, right, is going to be propped up, or however they're going to be tied to the system to be propped up. People are talking about reparations, man. Who cares? I mean, honestly.
Say, Brother Karras, can I respond to this right quick?
What's that?
So, Joseph Conley, right? He been harassing me for a while, right? So he says, if you brothers and sisters have the means to go, I will be praying for you. Pray for us who may not be able to leave. Brother Minister, talk like you have compassion for all your people. Now, my thing is this. Did I say I could leave? How many of y'all listen to Tell Ministries? How many of y'all say I'm probably stuck? Y'all heard that, right?
Heard you say it.
Hundreds of times, right? So all I'm doing is I'm helping those who can go. Karis is helping those who can go.
Yeah.
They're setting up the
Exactly.
infrastructure to help people who can't go to go. And if you can't go, you stuck just like me, bro. You stuck just like me. Y'all don't freaking get it. We trying to help y'all.
Yeah, we have an advanced party. That's what's going on. You have an advanced party, and then when the Most High makes a way for us to leave, and then we'll be going up. We'll be up and out of here. That's it. This people don't think that the Most High doesn't plan. He plans. Some he gives the plans to. Others he gives the plan to. But everybody will get part of that plan to get in the motion to accomplish what? His purpose. For who? His glory. That's how this thing goes. That's how this thing works. And I know people fear. This isn't the first time. It's not going to be the last time. But guess what? Now something's being done because the contacts that we've made on the continent, they're like, "Wow, this is exactly what we need. This is what I was looking for. This is what we needed help with." And guess what? Now we're filling the need. Because why? Because this is the time that the Most High has allotted for that. Because it's in His order. So now we have the people that are able to do what needs to be done. Because why? Because they've come to the forefront. Because why? Because the Most High told them, go and do this. Go and talk to that. Go and say this. Go and do that. It's His order. We're being moved by His spirit. Brother Don P., shalom.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom, my brothers.
Morning,
Shalom, my
Donnie.
brothers. Yeah, man. I woke up. What time is it? Oh, let me jump on here real quick. And I jumped on just in time to hear Jacob's passion, and I love it because it keeps me motivated. I'm a little iceberg out here floating by myself, and I need that motivational talk to keep me motivated to get out of here. I don't have all that everybody has. I don't have retirement accounts and all that stuff. But what little I have, I'm gonna put it in the hands of the Most High to be obedient, to get me the heck up out of here. Yes, I am motivated by a certain amount of fear, but more than the fear is the faith. I don't know what I'm going into. It doesn't matter though. As long as my times are in His hands, it doesn't matter. He told me to leave. So I'm going to take what little I have and I'm going to leave because I don't want to be a part of what's coming. I read in somebody's comments talking about Diamond, Jamie Diamond, talking about taking people's property for solar farms. He one of the richest men in the world, CEO of BlackRock. But that's how rich people do. They step all over the people that don't have nothing. It's been time to go. It's just that the Most High said it's time to go now. That's what He said to me. He may not have said it to you. He hasn't said it to my siblings. He may not have said it to you, but He said it to me. So just because He said it to us and we're being obedient, don't be crabs in the barrel. Stop hating. Some people got to go before others go. So guess what? You have a phone number you can call. Hey, what's the lawyer's name? Hey, how do I do the land survey? How do I? Guess what? Those of us who are planning to leave now, guess what we're doing? Same thing.
to the people that already left before us. Hey, how do I? Can you help me do this? So stop it.
You know,
Classic. I land.
yeah, you know, I thought of this as just something I'm thinking of. When a time comes when everybody needs to evacuate, when it gets dire, right? Now, overwhelming the airports, you know, it's not going to be enough planes. That's why people who are gradually leaving now will help relieve some of that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what people are not thinking, I believe. It's like, okay, Abba Yahweh knows what he's doing. He's causing, you know, those of us who are woke in this now to start saying, now we got to move. We got to go this way. And so when the disaster come, like Brother Yacoba was talking about the situation with the dome. Now, if a lot of people had saw the storm coming and had started leaving in advance, it wouldn't have been an overwhelming issue with rescuing people. Why? Because over a period of time, people were already gradually leaving because they saw it coming. So it wouldn't be that many people left. So how come people can't see that this could be the most high? I know it is, but I'm saying they can't even open their eyes and see, well, is the most high moving people? Is he doing this because something is coming? Like, everybody is not going to be able to do it all at once. Can you imagine how it's going to be when everything break loose and famine and it's just disaster and you can't get the food, you can't get the water, you can't do, and how people are going to be distraught and I got to get out of here and everybody trying to run to safety, what the airports are going to look like. It's not enough planes.
You know, we have to.
You
We have
imagine
to
moving 5 million people, 20 million people, 30 million people. Can you imagine what it's like trying to move that many people within a matter of days to get them up out of here? And see, that's what those the Christian mindset and those people who want to stay, who's fighting against us, they're not looking at the mayhem, how many people will die because of it. We need to trickle out of this place. That's how I see it.
Folks are not thinking with sober minds, man. They're really not. You know, it's like I listened to somebody the other day that I really respect in terms of their breaking down the word and stuff like that. And I was really troubled after the message. So I had to get back in the word for myself and just dissect again, go back over again what was being said. And, you know, they were talking about keeping the Passover and stuff like that. And it's like, well, yeah, I agree with some of the things they said. But, you know, they use the scriptures about how the Most High says he abhors our feast days and stuff like that. What they didn't include in the breakdown, and this is the reason I bring it up, because this is part of the problem. What they didn't bring out in the breakdown was the reason why the Most High was saying at that particular point that he abhorred their feast days and stuff like that. And they were using that as a general blanket for the keeping of the feast days while we're here. And the primary argument was, yes, we know that Yahushua is our Passover. He is the Passover lamb. We know that. But the way they made it seem was, well, if you trust Yahushua, then you don't keep the Passover anymore. And then, like I said, they use those scriptures as a backdrop, but that was completely off. Because the reason the Most High said he abhorred their keeping on the feast days is because the way they were doing it. They were doing it so sinfully. It wasn't that he abhorred them keeping the feast days. It was the method in which they were doing it. So we have to be really careful when we're listening to people, even people that we respect. If it doesn't set well in your spirit, go back to the word. and ask your father for clarity. Because folks in these days right now, folks are folks are unsettled. And they may have the best intention, but they may miss the mark.
Mm-hmm.
So you've gotta be attentive to the spirit and what the spirit is telling you to do. It's and guess what? It's only gonna get more troubling. That's why that relationship with the Most High is so important. That's why the relationship with people that are grounded, people that you know are hearing from the Most High, people that are giving you insight, spiritual insight into the times that we're living in. So you don't get caught up with them folks that are talking about peace and safety.
Hmm.
You know, Yahusha said, those who try to save their lives will lose it. But those who lose their lives for my sake, they'll save them. You know what it means to lose your life for his sake? It's to deny this life. If he tells you to go, but you got this whole life in America, like somebody said, oh, people got vacation houses and stuff like that. That's your life here. And if you're not willing to lose this life here, then guess what? You lose all the way around. I land there.
Brother Don P, thank you. That was excellent. That was excellent. What else can you say? We're not here making things on up. We've been talking about this, and now it's here. Now it's here. Now people are starting to see it because now it's being talked about. And now it's not just being talked about, now it's being shown. Let me tell you this. They didn't want to show you this. Our enemies did not want to show you this, but they can't hide it. Do you all understand this? They didn't want to show you this, but they can't hide it because everybody is talking about it. So therefore, they're trying to get ahead of it and they can't. You just have to brace for impact now. Will that and we're asking the question, when is that impact gonna be? They won't tell you when it's gonna be. Just like Brother Yacoba had said, they won't tell you anything. They will be gone while the rest of the bus goes and hits that wall full collision. What happens when a bus hits a wall full impact? Not many survivors. And if you do happen to survive, you're probably so tore up that you aren't even able to walk away from the scene.
Mm. Wow.
This is how it's going, family. It's here. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't think that this makes an impact, man, the trolls see it. The trolls know it. Because now, here's the thing, the trolls have to deal with it.
Trolls about to get on board. That's what it sounds like. The trolls like, wait a
No,
minute.
no, the trolls aren't. A lot of them are, they may be AI generated, things of that nature. That's just how that goes.
Mm.
But they know. They know. This because why? Because these keywords aren't out there, then Google sends their folks and they get mad. They get bothered. They get angry because you want to know why? Because we are their human capital. It doesn't work without us as their human capital.
Mm.
Brother Karis,
Yeah,
the
folks
first.
don't realize how capitalism works.
Yeah.
Folks
Yes.
don't realize how capitalism works. And see, the
Yes.
thing about it was, we were always the class until we weren't, and that's when they started importing other slaves. You can't have a system like this unless you're grinding. Somebody's getting ground to powder on the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and that's always been us. And now they know what time it is. They see the writing on the wall.
Yeah. If we leave,
These ninjas are getting
then
out
they
of
stay. Exactly.
here.
And they know who the new slave class is. That's all they're trying to do. They know who the new slave class will be. And they don't want us to leave where they have to be the ones filling in for that position. That's exactly what
Hey,
this is.
brother Curious,
Yes.
them folks, them folks that like the ding 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 ding, yeah, 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 music.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even realize that they're the new slave class.
Yeah.
That's why they're letting so many come in. They don't even realize it. They're gonna be trying to flee back over, get off of over that wall, and be like, "No, the wall's keeping you in now.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
was to keep you out before. Now it's keeping you in." So anyway, that was an observation. I was like, "Wait, why are they letting so many in?" Oh, I see
Mm-hmm.
why they're letting so many
Now
in.
you know. Now you know. But I'm gonna have to get up on out of here. I got to get some work done, family. Believe it or not, I got to get work done. I got I got to make a few phone calls. I got to get some folks on the continent, and get this thing moving. So final thoughts, family.
Stay faithful. Overlook some of your brother's shortcomings, and stay. Linger with people that share your line of thought. That's where you will get your faith and your strength from. If you deal with stupid people, you will end up being stupid, making stupid decisions. That's off the top.
All
Shalom to
right.
my brothers and sisters.
Shalom,
Amen.
brother Mike. I'll get up with you later.
All right, then, brother. I look forward.
Okay.
All right. Shalom. Thank you. Jacoba just left. All right. Cool.
I'll go.
Brother. Yeah. Go ahead, brother Dave.
I just want to say, love y'all. Thanks for having us out, Karis, this morning. Remember, those people that's reaching out to me and stuff like that, we all gonna link up together. I just got a feeling this thing has turned out to be bigger than I ever thought it could be. Yes, yes. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So we're gonna keep this together, keep your head on a swivel, and we're just gonna keep running this thing till we can't run it no more. Peace.
All right. Thank you, brother Dave.
All right, brother Karis, I'm looking for that phone call, brother Ritzel. I'll hit you up a little later. Dave, I don't have your number, but we'll figure out how to communicate. Um,
I think I
I
got
gotta
yours,
stay
Don.
Yeah,
hit
Dad,
me
I
up.
have yours.
Uh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I
gotta
got
stay.
yours.
I gotta stay with like-minded people. I have to. I have to. Like I said, I'm an iceberg out here by myself in California, so I wake up late. So I miss you guys. Um, but yeah, I gotta stay motivated and grinding.
Yeah.
I'm looking at financial institutions today. I know Citibank is good because I was listening to Stepping Stones and talking with them. So Citibank is good for me to open an account because they have branches there. I got to see who else is closest to Tonga in terms of bank branches
Mm-hmm.
because that money, being able to move that money is going to be really important
Absolutely.
in terms of buying property and all the stuff, being able to do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love you guys. I'm so grateful to the Most High that led me to you guys because It's all a part of the plan. It's all a part of the plan. I know I'm supposed to be getting up out of here because he wouldn't have led me to like-minded people, people with the heart, the same heart that he's put in and that has the vision and that he is speaking to. So I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for my family, my real family. And so, most high blessed brothers, I look forward to speaking with you today. And all the people out in the chat, I love y'all. And y'all have the best day that the Most High could provide for you. And I land there.
All right, thank you, brother Don P. Yeah, we'll I'll give you a call here later on. I got a couple calls. I got some phone calls to make. I said that's why I need to get up on out of here. I got to send folks. We're doing things, and again, things are moving pretty big. Brother Betzael, final thoughts.
Yes, yes. I want to say, we had talked, Brother Karis, when I first came on to your show the first day, and I think maybe a few days before that, I had that dream, and I told you about it. Not that
Hmm.
I think I'm a prophet by any means whatsoever, but sometimes I do have dreams, and I know that those dreams are telling me something. I can tell. But that dream, and you may not remember, but in that dream, I felt like the national security was saying, and I'm just cutting it short, that it said the man came up to me and said, "They letting this place go." I don't know if
Yeah,
you remember me saying that. They letting this
yeah,
place go. Okay. I know that arena because I know you know it too because you're in the military. I know about all that, the security
yep.
thing. I know how serious it is. For me to have that dream, that was confirming to me that it is happening.
Now it's
And
happening
it
now.
internal. I mean, is coming from the outside
Hmm.
and inside that this place is done. And so I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to leave with this. It's in Acts 2:17. We know we all heard this. In the last days, Yah says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and your daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams. I consider myself sort of on the old side. I'm in my mid-50s.
Hmm.
But I'm simply saying that what you're doing, Brother Karis, is a blessing. I'm glad I found your channel. And, for the listeners, pay close attention to these men because they're being led by the Most High. And so, we're going to always have people that's going to be in opposition. But if you line up with those commandments, then you'll be able to verify that what we say is true. And finally, when you pray to Abba Yahweh to give you guidance on moving or what you should do, you got to remember first and foremost that we got to also obey him. You got to stop right then and there and just understand that you have to obey him to get answers from him because you can't just be doing the heathen things and going in your own way. But then when trouble come upon you, then you want to say, oh, tell me this, tell me that. So we just got to have a heart to say, I love you and I fear you and I want to walk up right before you. That's the beginning right there. And then, when we pray, he'll guide you and give you answers and guide you, and he'll put people in your place, and you'll before you know it, you'll be there and be like, oh wow. So I just want to end with that, Brother Karis. You enjoy the rest of your day, and to the family out there, it's a beautiful time to be the children of Israel. Enjoy your day.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, brother Betzel. Yeah. So, yeah, the Most High knows. Look, we are we're stiff necked people. We don't want to go until it's absolutely that. Hey, uh, you don't. We know, and we've seen it with our own family. And the Most High knows this. He knows that our people do not want to go until their house is the house that's on fire. They'll see the neighborhood literally being set to a blaze. But that's okay. That's on them. My house is good. Hey, you need to evacuate. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. But I know this. I'm in the same exact position as Minister Yakoba. Now my position's getting a little bit better. because my kids are getting ready to get some passports. What we do say and how we do act, it makes a big difference because here's the thing. While everybody's trying to figure it on out, we already know what the word says. See, you got to understand, people are out here, they're trying to reconcile what's happening to them. They're trying to reconcile. Is this the truth? Is this going on? See, they hear what we say and then they see what's actually happening out there from those news outlets, from those other countries. And you want to know what it is? It's fear. Because fear has them thinking irrationally. Oh, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. Yada, da, 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 da. Right? They cover their ears and da, 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 da. And people die because of that. People die in war because they don't want to move, because the fear has got over them. You don't have to be fearful. That's why the Most High says to fear not. Because when you fear, you're looking at a situation and you're looking at a condition that the Most High has already set for the wicked. If you're fearful, then guess what? I guess you're counted as the wicked. But if you're a righteous, then what do you have to fear? If you know that your Heavenly Father has you, then what do you have to fear? These are all the things that we have to truly understand as we look at these things. Nothing's going to stop this. We already told you. Now this thing is moving and it took off and it has legs. Ain't no stopping this. So as for me, as soon as I get off of here, I'm putting my head back to the grind and I'm making some phone calls and I got to make these things happen because I know that when the time comes and our hard-headed, hard-hardened, stiff-necked people say, Brother Karras, I need your help. Brother Karras, Brother Karras. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, well, this organization with Oral, Mike, and myself, we already figured that. We already planned for that, and these are the solutions. See, the funny thing is about it's not even really about just being having the poor and the needy. When Yahusha had said the poor and the needy will always be amongst you, he wasn't even really talking about your monetary disposition. You have folks that have had the wealth of Babylon that have a poor and needy spiritual disposition. Because why? Because they want, this is their riches. This is where their heart's at. I don't care. I'll forsake the Most High so I can see my bank account, so I can see my dollars. And then when your dollars now is going to cost you, when it starts to cost you $40 for a Happy Meal, when your dollars start to cost you $100 for a plate, for a Popeyes combo, what are you going to do? I got to get up on out of here. I can't even hardly afford this place. No, you were investing in where your heart was at instead of investing in where the Most High needed your talents and your strength and your abilities to be invested. So, with that, family, again, there's always, the trolls that come on over here because here's the thing, they know why. They don't have much time left. Sad thing is, they realize they don't even have much time left to troll. when, when, when even being a troll won't even be able to pay. Now you know we're in some real dire conditions. Man, oh man. Hallelujah. So with that said, family, Most High willing, again, I'll be back on tomorrow. I don't know how much time we have left. But then I tell you, I said, look, now we're mid-April and you see all this stuff happening. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Don't believe me, pray about it. Don't believe me, pray about it. That's the easiest answer I can give. That's all I got. So with that said, family, shalom, salama, siemi, shalawam, peace and blessings, yasharel.